What's up, YouTube? I'm back with another video. The last video I made was about GTA 6 and the fact that the ramifications of games being $80 to $100, where the true edition is really just $100 because they took so much content out of the game and saved it for the collector's edition. And I got a lot of feedback on there where people were saying, "Oh, I'm just overreacting. Oh, you're just complaining for nothing. It's GTA, they deserve it. We're not gonna support any other game that does anything like this. Oh, this won't have any big ramifications. You're just being over dramatic. If you had 10 years to save it for $100, right?" And so my point of the video was, if y'all are dense, if y'all think this won't have ramifications on the gaming industry, right? And Sony came out and proved that correct. As of today, July 1st, they released a statement saying how they will no longer produce physical copies of games starting in 2028, right? And so there's been a huge backlash. You could if you follow gaming at all, you've seen all over the internet people's reaction to it, how negative it is. And all I gotta say is, I told you so. They didn't even wait a week. And it's kind of funny that this comes out after they just removed like 500 digital purchases off of people's accounts and storefronts. You know what I mean? Because they lost the licenses. What do you think they're gonna do to your games? But before we get to that, let's start off with the thing of, this is horrible. This is a bad idea. This is horrible. Digital only, so they can control how much a game costs. There's no secondhand market anymore. You can't go into a GameStop and get a pre-owned copy. Not saying GameStop was a good company, because they definitely have some flaws and problems. The only positive thing GameStop did in the last 10 years was the whole stock thing, where it was like everyone got a bunch of money from putting stocks into GameStop, right? Ever since then, GameStop's been a laughingstock. But I will not sit here and lie and say that my first experience with gaming was due to GameStop. When I was young, went in there, found a game for $5. It looked horrible, and I played it and I had fun. That's how I got into God of War. God of War 2 was a PlayStation 2 game that I saw in the bargain bin that was like $5, and it looked cool, so I went home and played it. Thought it was the craziest game ever, and I played it obsessively, right? And that got me into the whole PlayStation fan base, right? And so now it is where that doesn't exist anymore, and this hobby is coming completely too expensive for people to handle. And we can talk about how it's AI, we can talk about how it's certain corporations that are making the RAM so expensive that is just unusable for future generations, in future generations of gaming and technology. But if that's the case, if the case is we can't afford RAM, why are you going a digital route where you will need more RAM space? That makes no sense. That's kind of like, that's like saying, oh, I don't have enough vehicles to move all my stuff in one go, but let me purchase some more furniture before I move. You know what I mean? That's like, do you not have, like, that doesn't make any sense to me. That doesn't make any sense at all. And the statement that they released was like, oh, we follow the trends of the people and the community and the environment. I need to see stats on that. I need to see how many people buy digitally and how many people buy physically. And I'm not saying that digital purchases should not exist. Of course not. I love delivery. I love the DoorDash and the Uber Eats, right? But it doesn't mean I only want to get food through delivery. I want to be able to sit down in a restaurant. Shout out to Joe from Seattle for the beautiful analogy. But it's like that. It's like, bro, imagine you going to work and it's like the only way to clock in is to go to the back of the building. When it's like, we used to clock in through the front all the time, and it just moved because, you know, more people go through the back and clock out, so, you know, clock in, so, you know, you just gotta do that way from now on. It's like, what? That doesn't make any sense, right? And so it's so interesting to me, because you'll see people trying to defend this, and it'll be like, oh, you know, well, all the times I see the increase of prices is like, well, you have to pay the distribution. The distribution to make physical copies, it's so expensive now that they have to increase the prices because they're not making a profit. What about now? You know, let's be honest here, we're all adults here for the most part, based on my analytics. You know how much a game costs now. It's $70. They're going to move it to $80. What's stopping them from going to $100 and saying, you know what, we're going to stop, we're just going to be honest with you, we feel like the amount of effort we put into this game, aka AAA, quadruple A experiences, that we deserve to make this game $100. And where are you going to go? Because you can't get a physical copy, you can't get a hand-me-down copy. If Sony want to drop God of War Luffy or whatever, and it comes out in 2028 and there's a digital only copy, that thing is gonna be like Nintendo with like their purchases. They never go on sale, if ever go on sale. The games that do go on sale are multi-platform games anyway, right? Yes, you can go get a Batman Arkham Knight on the PS5 right now for $10. How long has that game been out, and where else can you get it from? Everywhere, right? If you look at God of War right now on the PlayStation Store right now, it's still $70. It's still full price. The only way to get it at a lower price is to go somewhere else, like a Walmart, like a Best Buy, something like that, and get your games there. Like, they go on sale rarely, but you think they're gonna drop the sales now if it's a digital only purchase? Get out of here. Call of Duty is still trying to sell their old Black Ops 1, 2, 3, the original Modern Warfare for $60 on Steam now. You think if they had only access to the digital distribution that they want to decrease it at all? No, every game will be $60. And it kind of sucks that this comes out after the I think it was like California or whatever, whoever state voted recently that the Stop Killing All Games movement was illegal. It's like, it's stupid here, because it's like we're paying $80 now. We're gonna pay $80 for a game that we won't own, and then in 5 years when they lose the license, or in 5 years where, let's say, they make a Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man 3, right? If somebody makes Marvel Spider-Man 3, and then after that their contract with Marvel ends, it's gonna be like the previous Spider-Man games with Insomniac, with Activision, where you can't get those on digital storefronts. They just won't sell it again. And then what, they're gonna remove it after you already spent your $70, $80 on this game because you don't own it no more? Or they pull a Concord where someone releases a game that you really liked, but it didn't have enough fan base, so they're gonna just rip it from the storefront. Now what? Now everyone's said, how did they get to this point? Because people like the people who are defending GTA 6 are sitting there pre-ordering games before there's any gameplay, sitting there and buying scalper versions of digital copies. It's like, bro, it's literally like, how do I say this? Gamers that sit there and say they don't want to be fucked in the ass. But when the corporations walk into the room, you're arched over on the edge of the bed. You're just waiting. It's like, the lube's right there, you know? Yeah. The lube's right there. I might as well just put it in. You know what I mean? It's like, all right, let me chill out. All jokes aside, it's like, bro, gamers don't stand on business. I remember when the VC stuff came out, and people was like, "Hey, we shouldn't put money on VC because you know 2K gonna take an inch and run a mile, right?" And they ran a mile. And there's advertisements in the game. You gotta spend VC to go anywhere, to do anything. It's a GTA Lite, whereas RPG mechanics, where you gotta sit there and grind. It is bad. And I don't know what, gaming is cooked right now. We need a gaming crash. We need a reset. Sony needs to go bankrupt, because the way they've been fucking around, I'm sick of them. What's that one video where it was like, they in the courthouse, he's like, I can say what I want, I just can't threaten them, right? We sick of him over there. We sick of Sony. Microsoft is on a whole bunch of other bullshit that we could talk about, and yes, they're at fault as well. Nintendo is definitely at fault, right? Every company is at fault. I'm not going to sit here and pick a sides and play politics or whatever with gaming because it's stupid. I'm on the side of the consumer. We should be able to have to spend less money to get the things we want. There is no world where gaming has to be $100+ to play a game that you're going to play for 10 hours and never touch again. People are sitting there defending GTA 6. I'm gonna play this game for the next 10 years because you only play 2 games a year anyway. What are you gonna play? 2K, Madden, GTA, and then when they release a DLC thing, you're gonna buy that, right? These are for the. I wish gaming never went casual, because people are like that are dictating what's going on in the gaming industry, and it's pathetic. Okay. And so now all physical copies are gonna be gone. I think this would be the perfect time, because there's so much bad will with Microsoft. Well, I have no faith in Microsoft. Microsoft will come out and give you $100, and then the next day will be like, "Hey, you're $120 in debt. Give me that $100 back." That's what they'll do. They'll kiss you on the cheek and then smack you on the ass at the same time. And be like, "Yeah, It's like, bro, I can't trust you no more. Okay." Microsoft, this would be a perfect time, because Sony is actively shooting themselves in the leg every time, and Microsoft always come up with like, I could do worse. I could take a 12 gauge to my kneecap right now. You know what I mean? It's like, why? This would be a perfect time for Xbox to come out with a firm stance. We're keeping physical copies. We're not going to go full digital. We support our fans, XYZ, and they will be one of the bastions of like, okay, I'm looking forward to Microsoft stuff. But now they're canceling studios, they're firing people, and this is not even supposed to be an Xbox video, but just the total landscape of the gaming industry. It is sad, okay? It is sad. And so, I don't know what's going to go. Hopefully, because everyone's cooking Sony right now. Everyone is sitting there and being mad, even though we called it for those who were anti-GTA 6 about the way they were practicing their gaming practices. But hey, this is I told you so. This is I told you so. I'm taking that route. I'm taking that route because I told y'all, and y'all was sitting there defending it like this is the last thing on earth. You have dumb streamers who are out of touch, calling fans larpers. We're talking about, oh, if you don't like the fact that it's $100 with a bunch of cut content that is reserved for the normal people, then don't buy the game. Don't look up a YouTube video. Like, don't expect me to have the same thoughts as you. It's like grown ass adults that are out of touch. Adults that are sitting there talking about, oh, if GTA 6 was $30, it would decrease the value of the game. When Silk Song was $20 and broke the internet. What do we... arguing with dumb people, it just infuriates me. It infuriates me. But those are my thoughts. Let me know what y'all think. Are y'all excited for PlayStation removing all physical copies? Are you ecstatic? Are you sitting there jerking off the thought that you never have to buy a disc again? Let me know what your thoughts. And I'm out, man. Peace.